10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Good luck, studio.
Oh, it's just what you've been waiting for, dears. Another episode of the Shy Life podcast coming right up.
Oh, it's the Shy Life podcast.
All I wanted was a pie, and then I hatched out of an egg.
Okay, bring the mic over. He's ready to record.
It's the quiet ones you've got to watch, you know.
Is it metaphorical? Is it deep? Is it deep?
Boy, he's not all that shy is right.
Blimey, Governor, it's the Shy Life podcast.
Excellent. 548.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Shy Life podcast with me, Paul the Shy Yeti. How are you doing? Oh, I'm all right. Yeah. The weather's finally getting better. Well, you know, I guess it's summer now. The weather is sort of better, or it is for the odd day or so. Of course, one of the wettest months of the year is usually August, so we've got that to look forward to. Anyway, most of us aren't going very far. I mean, we potter out now and again. We've all got our work to do. But in this episode, one of the regulars does go outside, and it has a rather strange effect on him. You can probably guess who I'm going to say it is, but let's run that theme music, and when we come back, I'll confirm it to you. Yeah, a touch of the sun. Oh dear. Right, run that theme music.
Darling, it's the Shy Life podcast.
Yes, but it's a positive thing, Paul. The highlight, the Shy Life.
You won't find a cast of characters like this everywhere.
Hello, Paul.
I'll go anywhere for a potato.
Delicious.
Hello, Cappers. How are you?
You quite like a big bang, don't you, Paul? Go Shy Yeti.
Oh, I hope he hasn't found out my secret. Do you think he has?
If you thought that was bad, just listen to this.
Oh, I can't wait for it to begin.
It's the Shy Life podcast.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm strangely drawn to Uncle John's ankles as well.
That has the Shy Life podcast logo. I don't think so.
It's all gooey and meaty and yum.
Has anyone seen my hot sausage?
And so we're back. So, yes, the weather has been, it's been mostly okay for the last few days. And, you know, when you're working, you're working. You have to work and you can't necessarily go out that much. I mean, I'm in a weird situation at the moment, but I'm studying with my proofreading course and I've got editing to do. And although I visit my parents and, go out for the odd walk, I don't have a massive social life anymore. So, or a lot of it is done over Skype. So what can I say? I've never really liked sunbathing. Eek's got Uck to think about, and Martin and Tallulah, I guess they're going for days out. August and Bettina, they're probably in the south of France, even as we speak, but Comity down the laboratory, where you'll never see any natural sunlight, as there are no windows and it's underground. But, one member of our team has been making the most of the good weather and has spent the last 3 or 4 days sunbathing. I mean, I've never liked sunbathing. In fact, I'm not mad keen on the sun, full stop. But, perhaps the older I get, I notice the winters more. And so when there's a sunny day, it is nice to get out, take photos, record the podcast. If there's no wind, it's great. I like it, but I've never sunbathed in it. The idea of taking off my clothes and lying down. Oh dear. I mean, well, not outside anyway. Beaches have never been my cup of tea. I like the coast when it's like cliff tops and cliff top walks and little bays with exciting little caves and things. That's different. That's exploring. because I was actually born. I don't know if you know this. I was born. I was actually born. Did you know that? No, I wasn't just created. No, what I was trying to say before I interrupted myself was I was born near the coast. I was born in Southbourne, which is near Bournemouth, in a hospital. I didn't live there. I was just in the hospital. But, you know, maybe romantically, I like to think, maybe the crash of the waves. I could hear it as I was born. I doubt it. I don't know where the hospital is or whether it even still exists. But I have this stupidly romantic belief that I'm drawn to the sea, and yet I rarely go there. And the type of coastline that I was born near isn't the sort of coastline that I like. Bournemouth is like one of those big, long bays that goes on for miles, like sand after sand after sand. And although it's all very well, you know, when it's busy, you know, people for miles, it brings on all my anxieties. So yes, a nice little cove is... Anyway, I've gone completely off the point. I guess what I was trying to say is that, yeah, Yeti Uncle John's been sunbathing out, not in our backyard. We don't have a backyard. We have a front yard, but, I mean, even he isn't that much of an exhibitionist that he'd sit there whilst people are coming off the train. But there is a patch of grass, just sort of... I can sort of see it from my back door just, but Toby refers to it as a dog toilet, but it's probably the sort of place that people take their dogs when they can't be bothered to take them on a proper walk. Now, I presume Yeti Uncle John did some research into that and found a nice, clean, you know, area. It's a shame, really, because it's a grassy area that could be used, could be made nice, could have had chairs in, but I think the wrong sort of people were using the chairs, i.e. not residents, just people who are waiting for the train, would go and sit on the benches and smoke, and, you know, even though it's effectively someone's private lawn, you know, it's never been the place it could have been. And in the same way, I mean, I wouldn't say that, you know, the Magpie Hut is a good place for sunbathing, because that common that you have to cross to get to Ix Spaceship under the M25 motorway, that common isn't nice for walking. It's all overgrown, and it's I don't think the ground is particularly pleasant to walk on, and so not very pleasant for sunbathing. And also the magpies would probably sort of give him hell. But anyway, so Yeti Uncle John has been sunbathing most days, but one of the days was particularly hot, and he was out there, and I don't think he was wearing a hat. And although Cromitty kept saying, you know, make sure you have sun cream on, I don't know how much he listened. I mean, even on a hot day in the UK, it's rarely anything in comparison to our friends over in the States when it's hot over there. But, you know, you can still get sunburn. I remember, it's probably 10 years ago this year, whenever London hosted the Olympics, and I was down in Broadstairs with some friends. That's by the coast. That's a nicer bit. That is a sort of beach, but it's surrounded by cliff tops, and it's a bit more of an interesting place. Nice ice creams as well. We went. That's the last time I actually went in the sea swimming, and I wore a t-shirt in the sea because I was worried about getting sunburn. And although I was slightly laughed at, or sort of comments were made, the two friends I was with both emerged like lobsters by the end of the day, and I was fine. So I made the right decision. But anyway, have a listen to this. So Yeti Uncle John basically got heat stroke, and it made him go rather odd. Well, have a listen, and you'll see. Oh dear. I can't believe Yeti Uncle John. It's like living with a teenager. Paul, what's wrong? Have you seen the mess he's left in the kitchen? I have to clear it up, because if Toby sees it, we'll all be in trouble. Oh dear, Paul. What's he done? Well, he's taken with him like a hamper of food, even though where he's sunbathing is only 2 or 3 minutes walk from the house. He's taken a big sort of hamper with like a picnic with drinks, and he's made all these things, and he's just left the mess all over the kitchen. You know me, I'm not a clean freak, but you'd think that he could at least tidy up after himself. Oh dear, let me have a look. I'll sort it out. Oh, no, never mind. How long's he been out there? The sun will be going down soon, surely. Has he even come in for a wee break? I don't know about that, Paul. Maybe he did it behind a bush. Oh, please, no. It's bad enough he's out there sunbathing in the dog toilet, let alone weeing behind bushes. Are we sure he's even still alive? Oh, Paul! Well, if he's been out in that sun. Well, I see what you mean. Oh, dear. I think I better go and have a look. Go and have a look. Well, you know. I probably need to tell him to come in, or at least apply some suntan lotion. Yeah, Cromitty, you'd enjoy that. Well, you know, he's out there in the yard, in the sun. Oh, I think he's got his shirt off, and I don't know, maybe you should go, Paul. I'm not applying suntan lotion to that. Oh dear. He's family. I can't be doing it. Anyway, it's too late now if he's not put it on already. Oh dear, it's such a temptation. Cromitty? Oh dear, things are obviously not going well with Milo. Oh, I don't even want to speak about it. Oh, Cromitty. So are you two not even a couple now? Not even an item? I'm not sure we ever were, Paul. Oh dear. My heart is like pulled from one end to another. I don't know what to do. But you're not actually fallen out. No, you know, we do still talk. We text. We keep talking about meeting again, but I don't know where I stand. You're standing here at the moment. I don't think applying suntan lotion to Yeti Uncle John is going to help anything. Not at all. I'm sorry, though. I'm sorry you're going through this. It's never easy. I know, Paul. I know. Come on, let's both go. I don't think it's a case of applying suntan lotion to Yeti Uncle John. We need to tell him to come in. He's been out there for hours, and he looked really red yesterday when he came in. I mean, he's just not being sensible. It's okay. Let's do that. Let's go. Listeners, whilst we do that, what about listening to a quiz with Callum and I? Something we pre-recorded. Yeah, I think you'd enjoy that. Oh yes, that sounds like a good idea. Dear, oh dear. We'll make sure Yeti Uncle John is put on some clothes by the time you return. Well, there's probably 1 or 2 people out there, particularly Jay the Horn Cub, who would be quite happy to see Yeti Uncle John in his Speedos. Oh dear, no, he's not wearing Speedos, Paul. He has broad shorts, long shorts. I don't know what you even call them. Yes, yeah, that is true. I did exaggerate. Okay, time for a quiz. And when we come back, we'll be with Yeti Uncle John. Oh, dear. That's if he hasn't evaporated in the heat. I think it would take quite a long time for the sun to evaporate Yeti Uncle John. He's no skinny mini, is he? No. No, I say that in a good way. Well, all right, come on, let's go.
This is a true or false quiz about animals. And hopefully it's not going to involve photos. It doesn't. The first question certainly doesn't. So the first question is, ladybirds live for approximately 5 years. True or false?
True.
Doesn't tell me the answer yet. Hedgehogs hibernate. Is that true?
True.
Giant pandas eat bamboo. That's true. A shark is a fish. Is that right? Is it a fish?
Oh, it's a mammal. It's a mammal.
That's false then.
I'm pretty sure it's a mammal anyway.
A zonkey is a real animal. True or false?
A zonkey?
Yeah, probably like a cross between a zebra and a donkey.
Well, we haven't had any false yet, have we?
Well,
true.
I thought we said the shark was false.
Oh, yeah.
Fish.
Yeah.
Sorry, true. Hippos kill more people than lions. True or false? Yeah,
I'm going to say true.
It's the ones with crack commando training. Cows have 3 stomachs. That's true, isn't it? They certainly have more than 1 stomach.
I don't know.
I say true. A unicorn is a mammal. What?
False. There's no such thing.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to say, oh, it is a mammal, but it's a false mammal. All birds can fly. That's false.
That's false.
Crabs have 2 hearts. Don't know. Are they Time Lords?
False.
False. A decapitated cockroach can live for a week. I mean, that probably wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, they're the ones you can. I know that they can survive in a freezer for like 10 years or something. So yeah, probably.
Emperor penguins can grow to over 2 meters tall. 2 meters. That's taller than a human. That's not right. That must be false. They can't be taller than a person.
They are the big ones, though. The emperor ones.
How big are they compared to people?
Go false.
Yeah, people are not as tall as that. Wombat's poo is triangular.
All the time.
Well, unless you stand on it.
Depends what it's eaten.
Mm.
False.
Wolves can live up to 30 years.
False.
Guinea pigs are bred for food. Well, certain countries, I wouldn't put it past all sorts of things being bred for food that we wouldn't think of. But they're not generally bred for food, are they? I'd say false. Peacocks are always male.
True.
Alligators live naturally in Australia. I've never seen any in Sons and Daughters, but...
Well, you have crocodiles in Australia. I don't know if you have alligators.
Is they false?
False.
An octopus has 3 hearts. Well, that's possible.
That's to keep up with the blooming
the
crab.
No, the crab. We'll say true. Why not? Horses can sleep while standing. That's true. Is that true? You should know about horses. Do they sleep? If they ever go to sleep?
Well, I'm not sure really. I'd say true, but I'm not certain of it.
Mice love chocolate. True or false?
True.
Okay, that's it. That's the results. Oh, we got 80%.
100%.
No, 80. So, ladybirds live for approximately 5 years. We said true, and it's false. Ladybirds live for approximately 1 year.
Oh.
Hedgehogs hibernate is true. Giant pandas eat bamboo is true. A shark is a fish. We said false, and it's true. It's true. A zonkey is a real animal is true. Hippos kill more people than lions. That's true. Cows have 3 stomachs. That's not true. They have 4 stomachs.
Yeah.
I knew they had more than 1 stomach. A unicorn is a mammal is false. They don't say why it's false. The main thing being it doesn't exist. All birds can fly is false. That's right. Crabs have 2 hearts. That's false. A decapitated cockroach can live for a week is true. Emperor penguins can grow to over 2 meters tall. That's false. Wombat's poo is triangular. It's false.
Yes, right.
Just say what it is. What it is instead. Wolves can live to 30 years. It's false. Doesn't say how long they do tend to. Oh, guinea pigs are bred for food. Guinea pigs are a delicacy in the Andes regions of Peru and Bolivia, which is kind of what I said. I wouldn't put it past. I thought maybe they would be in some places, but the question was what seen it didn't. Anyway, peacocks are always male. It's true. Alligators live naturally in Australia. It's false. An octopus has 3 hearts. That's true. Horses can sleep while standing. It's true. Yes. Mice love chocolate. It's true. So, yeah, I guess we got 18 out of 20. Not bad.
Not bad.
Yeti Uncle John, will you wake up? Wake up, Yeti Uncle John. You've fallen asleep in the sun. You're as red as a pickle. As red as a pickle? Oh, no, I didn't mean a pickle. I mean, I don't know, something that's red. A lobster. Yeah, Yeah, a lobster. Yes, Uncle John, you're as red as a lobster again. Are you all right? Wake up, come on. You've been out here all day. What? Oh, ow, ooh. Oh, I'm very red. You clasped me and it hurt. Well, that's because your skin is red. We needed to wake you up. You need to come indoors. You might need a cold bath or something. I didn't realise I had a bit of a liquid lunch, you see. I ate some stuff and so the time's got away with me. What time is it? It's nearly 5 o'clock. Oh, well, the sun's still up. There's still a few hours of sunbathing. Yes, but the shadows are coming across this part of the garden. You won't get any more tanned. Anyway, you're going to be in for trouble if you keep sitting out in the sun like this. Yes, you need to wear Factor 2000 sun cream or something. Factor 2000, don't be silly. Oh dear, I feel quite lightheaded. Yes, I'm sure you do. Now, come on, come indoors. Get yourself into a cold bath, it might help. Oh, Paul, I don't know. I've been daydreaming, I've been thinking, actually. I've been thinking. Have you now? Yes, I've come to a decision. Right, have you? Yes, I'm going to tell you all about it. Well, come back in and get your cold bath first. We can have a chat over a cup of tea or something. Oh, yes. Yes, come on, Yeti Uncle John. You just go straight in the house. Paul and I will bring back your picnic things. I can't wait to tell you what I've realised. Good. Is it something that we'll all appreciate? Yes. Because it's something about me. That'll make you proud. Oh, well, that doesn't happen very often. No, you're right, it doesn't. What will make us proud? Well, I've just decided that I'm clearly a genius. So, what's it like to have a genius in the family? You're a what? A genius. Me, I'm a genius. Yes. Well, I can see you're both impressed. Come on, let's go in. I'll go and get cleaned up. Right. Oh dear. He's got heat stroke or something. I think he might have, Paul. He doesn't seem too bad though. Well, I don't know. I mean, he's clearly got delusions of grandeur, which is probably due to the sun. But, for goodness sake. Well, I think we'll just have to let him talk. I mean, he'd probably be worse in the morning. Well, that's the thing. Sometimes you wake up the next day, but... oh, well. Look, listeners, we're going to have to listen to this idiot. I think you should listen to some Sutton Park clips. So, Sutton Park clips, and then when we come back, we'll have a chat with Yeti Uncle John. I guess we have to let him, talk. Yeah, I suppose so. Oh, dear. Sutton Park from the 1990s. Oh, yes, enjoy, listeners, enjoy.
Meanwhile, not so very far away, fresh from the Camberley Library, Zanzibar and Co. revived in the park. Nobody realises who I am.
Just be quiet. What? I'm feeling not... I am not feeling very well because Bakov has taken some of Azrael's life force from me. Oh. In fact, all of it, so that he can sustain the conjunction of land mass, you see.
Don't speak too much. You can still be evil. You can still be evil without speaking.
I wish I had some other way of being evil without having Azrael's power.
Don't worry. You've done really well because look, Gorngard and Ramesses talking to Age. They're coming round to you very well.
Good.
Got a song. Yeah.
I listen intently.
Yeah. Brimful of Zanzibar on 45. Brimful of Zanzibar on 45. Everyone's got a nose as big as he has. Everyone's got a nose as big as a poker. Everyone's got a nose as big as a poker. Got Zanzibar on 45. Or is it? He is 45.
Squishy head!
Hello.
Hello.
Big nose.
Zanzibar, the sensational Zanzibar. You are under my command.
I worship you like a mother figure.
A mother figure? I am not a woman, you fool. Look, I have a moustache.
Oh, sorry. Well, you've never seen my mother. Hell Zanzibar. Hell Zanzibar. I realise now what Valgard said is true.
Of course.
And you are the Messiah.
I am.
Please, Messiah. Messiah, I wish to thank you. We were fighting, my brother and I.
I hear.
And well.
I hear, my child.
And we are together again. You reunited it, and we will work for you, my king, and my. Please don't put your nose in my eye. It scares me.
What? What's he talking about?
That's right. Well done, you two. Just have a rest now. You do good work, and Zanzibar will tell you what to do. Won't you, Zanzibar?
Yeah, why is everyone talking about my nose? I'm getting tired of it. It's not that big.
Oh, I've got a new song.
What? I listen intently.
Zanzibar is very wonderful. He is now. He is in Saturn Park. It's the first time he's been to Saturn Park. He's Zanzibar. He's wonderful. He's got a big nose. He's got a big nose, big as a poker. Oh, blimey. So Zanzibar over there. It's that narrator chap. Look at that rhino. He's the narrator. He's coming over. What does he want? What are you lot doing in Sutton Park? What are you doing?
Stop biting my nose. That hurts.
What are you doing in Sutton Park? Only essential cast members. You didn't need to be up.
What are you? You're not a puppet.
You didn't need to be up here. You did not need to be up here.
Sticky head.
Only essential plot members. Go on, off you go. Only essential plot members only. Difficult. Something more important must be happening elsewhere. What? Sorry, you're not essential enough. I'm very sorry about this, but you're just not essential. There's some very key plot lines happening, and I'm afraid you're not required. Sorry.
And did I say that my nose is big?
Bye. Right, now back to the important stuff. Meanwhile, elsewhere.
Hi viewers, Horner's just resting over there. He's told me some very interesting things, all to do with Operation Olden Gauge, which, I didn't know a lot about before, but yeah. Basically, it's all to do with when the space-time bubble went back and stuff. It would seem that when the time bubble burst, Von Helwyn was thrown out of it. I mean, Horner doesn't even know where he is, if he's still alive or dead. I don't totally understand it, but Horner, I don't understand what Horner was doing. I
probably would have explained it better than that, Paul, but that was a good start. You're looking a lot better, by the way. The laboratory was speeding forward through time. There was nothing to stop it. Since the reality bubble had burst, I was able to cobble together bits and pieces and re-establish the time element and make a new reality bubble. But instead of going forward as we had been, I went back. And, we seem to have gone back so far that the actual laboratory landed in the park when it was sort of forming. When it came down after that explosion years ago, when it was all forming and changing, and I've been under the ground for goodness knows how long. Of course, the reality bubble runs on a different time level. I mean, physically, the laboratory was probably under there for hundreds and thousands of years. For me, it was, 100 episodes or so. Time was going a lot quicker in my reality bubble. But it doesn't really matter. I am here now, but the thing is, things are different. And now that I have risen, once again, I feel the call of the park.
That's really weird. You were one place back in the time, all those years. So you were in the laboratory under the earth all those years when we were here, when I was here at university. All these things are coming back to me. So there were two of you or something. Oh, I don't understand time travel. It always gets very confusing, doesn't it? Horner, don't wonder if I'm going to talk to you about
things to be done, Paul. I cannot stop and talk. The park needs me. This has come together.
I want to go home, sort of. Where am I? Where are we? I mean, I know everything, all that earth shaking and bits of the park moved, and where are we? Is this Sutton Park in Birmingham? Is this Camberley? Is this Nonsuch Park? Oh, no. Where? It does not matter. The park is all at one. It is all the same. As one, there is no need for... The park is calling. The park calls me. Horner! Wait for me! Hey! Horner! Horner! I can't catch up with... Come back! Oh, great. Now I've lost him. He should be going really strange again. The park calling to him. I don't know what's going on. Oh, flippin' heck. And so Paul is left wondering what is going on. But elsewhere, the mummy is recovering from his injury slightly and is coming to the rescue. Is this true? Yeah, it's true. The mummy's coming, and Horner is enslaved to the park, and she'll never be able to leave. Are you just making this up? No. It's really happening. It's really happening. You know. Yes. Are you sure? And what else is going on? Meanwhile, elsewhere, Crispin and Clive are about to encounter something dreadful. Crispin's here. Blimey, Paul. There's lots going on. Paul. Flipping heck. You did what? Hampton. What? What is it? What? Enslaved? But to the part, I thought he said... And Crispin... And who? What? Hey? Oh. Blimey.
So, Uncle John, how's your bath? Oh, it's fine. I feel a lot better now. Yes, I feel a lot better. And, yeah. So, right. Yeah. So, I was thinking when I was lying in the garden. I think, I've achieved a great deal, and I don't think it's fully recognised. You have achieved quite a lot recently, yes. Like, ending up in shame jail, for one. No, I don't mean that. I mean, I'm underappreciated for a start. But, people are always telling me, how talented I am, and yeah, I laugh it off. I don't like to be arrogant. I like to be humble, and I mean, obviously I agree with them. They tell me what a talent I am, but it's difficult. It's not always something that's recognised by certain members of my family. Oh, Yeti, Uncle John, you certainly have talents. I'm not sure I'd go as far as saying you are a genius. Well, thank you very much, Cromitty. What do you say, Paul? I think I agree with Cromitty. You definitely have talents. I wouldn't say they'd be rushing you into Mensa. Oh, charming. Well, you may not think so, but I can think of a lot of times when people have told me that I am not just talented, not just clever, but a genius. Can you now? Yes. I was thinking about it. I was actually remembering the times when people told me, oh, Yeti, Uncle John, I'm sure it's just the sun. It was not the sun. People have told me. People have said to me. People like who people? Toppy Smelly, Martin Holmes, Nick, who else? Troby and Lisa. But they're just your friends. They're just, just being nice. They're just being nice. No. Don't you try and diminish it. People are telling me. People have said these things. I can remember it as clear as day. For instance, yes. So we're going to hear these, are we? Yes, you're going to hear them. Oh, what, like some sort of flashback thing? I imagine so. Go on then. The many times that people have told you you're a genius, Yeti Uncle John. Yes, have a listen.
Well, Martin, it's always good to chat to you, because I really feel that you appreciate my talents.
Who wouldn't? I mean, really, who wouldn't? I mean, I am in awe. I am in awe of your spectacular genius.
It's nice for you to say that, but it's weirdly, bizarrely, not everyone thinks the same as you. Well, I mean,
they're just wrong, aren't they?
Well, they are wrong, and actually, I am finding that once one or two people start saying things and start sort of talking me up, other people are kind of coming out and going, "Well, actually, yes, you're right." I actually think
people just want affirmation. They just basically, people these days, it's all about herd mentality, right? If something's popular, if they hear somebody else says somebody's a genius, they'll go, "Yep. Yeah, I'm with you on that." No, people don't. They want to fit in. They all want to fit in. They all want to have the same thing. But the point is that your genius is absolutely spectacularly, blatantly obvious. Your business ventures, every single one, a spectacular success.
Yes, absolutely. I think sometimes those who don't encourage my successes are jealous of them.
Well, very probably. I mean, that's all you can really put it down to, isn't it? When all's said and done, that's really all you can actually say. Because I mean, they just sit there and they go, "Well, what is it that Saint Morrissey once said? We hate it when our friends become successful." And I feel that what it is they just think, "Oh, well, we've got to take him down a peg or two. We've got to take him down because we can't have people on these pedestals. We can't have on these plateaus. We can't have people above us. That doesn't sit well. People want to think they're top of the tree. They want to think they're top of the thing. And so when obvious huge IQs and genius sort of come into their lives, they don't know how to deal with it because they just feel inadequate. They feel inferior, and they think, well, the only way we can do that is to puncture their bubble, so to prick their balloon.
I was just listening to you then, Martin. I didn't like to interrupt. I was just bathing in your praise.
Well,
but it's so nice to hear it, because the trouble is when people are good at things, perhaps they're good at one thing, and that's if they're good at anything. And because I've turned my hands to a lot of things, whether it be computers made of cheese, whether it be magic, whether it be currently with photography, whether it be taking ghosts around tours and aliens in space and stuff. I've done a lot of things.
I mean, a John of all trades, as it were. A John of all trades, a master of all, I think you'll find.
The thing is, I think what people who are more sceptical about it don't understand is, it's not like I'm some 18-year-old. I've been around a while. Like, it's taken a while to get to this stage. I've learned my trade, as it were.
You're a polymath. A polymath. You are basically brilliant at everything you do. And that's what happens when, basically the cogs in the brain, are so finely tuned, so well oiled that they just keep on turning, and the new ideas just keep churning out and out. And people can't cope with that because they have one idea and that's the peak for them. That's as good as it's ever going to get, and they just don't realise that you are striving for the stars. Or one day you'll invent warp drive and time travel and everything like that, and you'll just their lives will be shaped by the ideas that you have.
I mean, looking back, I think, if anything, I was lazy for a lot of my life. If I'd have got started earlier, goodness knows where we'd be. But
this is it. Yes,
I think between you and I, Paul is known for being. He's known for being quite prolific. I mean, he's done a lot of things.
Yes.
But
behind every Paul, there is, a powerhouse, a dynamo.
This is the thing. I don't think he's used to having
working with genius.
Yeah, exactly. Because now I've got started, I'm zoomed ahead and
overtaken, meeting him, coming back.
Yes. Anyway, I'm glad you appreciate me, Martin.
Well, I mean, how is it? How can you not? And the check is in the post, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
Right. Yeah, okay.
I'll take you along with me. Yes, absolutely. Oh dear.
Yeti, Uncle John, you are a genius. How you think of these things and these scenarios and stuff, it's just beyond me. You're far more talented than people give you credit for.
Yes. I am very talented, aren't I? I mean, you yourself are a potentially talented photographic model, so it's like the meeting of minds. Obviously, you're not to my level yet. But,
no. I that's just a dream for me,
Yes. But tell me how much of a genius you think I am again. I like to hear
I think you're bloody brilliant. I mean, wonderful. Yeah. I don't think there's many like you.
No, of course not. No. But and it's a privilege working with me, isn't it?
I mean, that goes without saying, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, Jay, it's difficult working with these people on this show because, I don't like to boast, but the trouble is that the difference in our talents is so marked that it's difficult for me to kind of hide my talent under a bushel, as it were.
I understand. You do a great job, but
yes, I do, don't I?
The things you have to put up with.
Yes, the things I have to put up with remind me of things I'm good at. Magpies. I'm good at magpies, aren't I?
You're extremely good at magpies. And how the cheese computer didn't get a takeoff, I don't know.
Oh, well, this is trouble. Because sometimes, although you're very gifted, I mean, not you, me.
Of course.
Sometimes when I'm very gifted, things get passed by because people just can't comprehend just how gifted I am. And they think, oh, no, it sounds rubbish. It doesn't sound rubbish.
The problem is you're a man ahead of his time. I mean,
I'm a man ahead of my time. Yes.
Yeah, nobody's going to appreciate it until we're all dead and gone.
Well, which should be pretty soon, unfortunately, for some people. But obviously, by then I'll have invented some way of extending my life, which I'll offer to you as well, obviously.
Oh, that's most kind.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I don't know if you remember, I did dabble with magic, but the thing is, it was very difficult working with Toppy Smelly. I mean, we all love Toppy, but I don't think he realised that he thought he was the teacher and that I was the student. But in fact, I was teaching him everything he knew, and then he was feeding it back round to me, thinking it's very difficult when you work with people like that who
I mean, that is one of the many ways in which you're brilliant, because people don't realize you're nobody could get away with that but you, being able to pull that over on him and not make him realize that you're actually the one that's the brains behind it.
Exactly, yes. And I think sometimes you just have these talents, and you have to kind of when I volunteered to go, I mean, this is something that a lot of people don't know, so don't spread it.
Sure.
But when I went into Shane jail, when I volunteered to go into Shane jail, it was to help the other prisoners, but they wouldn't have engaged with me in the way that they did had they thought I was coming in as some sort of teacher. I had to go in there undercover.
Absolutely.
And obviously I'd been also employed to try and expose the corruption of the whole Shane inspectors and how they've been fiddling results on cryptic crosswords, and there was a lot going on. I had a lot of trouble with people like Coconut Jim, who I think surprisingly he's quite bright, and he I think he was beginning to realise that I wasn't actually in Shane jail for the reason that some of the others were, and I couldn't expose myself. Only once or twice, but I couldn't expose myself to him in the way that might be giving myself away. But,
honestly, your performance there was BAFTA worthy. I mean,
yes, I know.
No one would have ever suspected that you had just volunteered to go into and out of the goodness of your heart to assist those people, those poor people.
Yeah, I mean, it was very difficult when I did my future fortune telling and found out things that were going to happen. And it was in my power to try and sort of change the future, but I just have to juggle so many things. Of course, obviously got to take part in the Shy Life podcast as well. So,
I don't know how you do it.
Right? Yeah, I know. But it's something you do if you're a genius. What is it that I am? Remind me.
I believe you're a brilliant genius.
Yes, that's right. That's what I was saying.
Man ahead of his time. Don't forget that part.
Nice. Yeah, say that again. I spoke over you.
A brilliant genius who's a man ahead of his time.
Yes, a man ahead of your time. It's very nice to hear you say that. We've got it recorded, haven't we? Yeah, we've got it recorded. I have it on.
And a lot of fun in the closet, too. Oh, never mind.
No, that's fine. Part. No, it's fine. Just don't say it when Cromitty's about. Okay. Have you got the keys for that closet again?
I might do.
Okay, right. Let's just have a quick. I think there's some dust over there in this closet. Let's go and have a look at this dust. You know what, Toppy? I always feel like when I'm working with you on podcast, it's like a meeting of minds. I think I always feel that we're quite well, intellectually, we're quite well matched. I mean, compared to when I have to do things with Paul and stuff.
No, I gotta, well, perhaps disagree. I mean, I'm not putting myself down, but quite honestly, that stuff was clever. It was more than clever. It was genius. I mean, it was genius.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, I realise I do lead the way to a certain extent, but I do feel like you're a very quick study. I think
you should be part of a think tank. You should be part of some sort of governmental think tank to make the world better. I mean, that's how genius that was.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I mean, but I mean, don't put yourself down because you're pretty clever, but it must. I don't want to make you feel self-conscious.
No. I couldn't have come up with that in a million years. It's outstanding. Yeah. It's just outstanding what you did there.
Yeah. I mean, I think so. I don't always feel like I'm appreciated. I mean, you're appreciating me, but it's difficult.
No, you deserve more. You deserve your country should recognize. You should be getting some sort of badge pinned to you by the Queen. I mean, I'm serious.
Yeah. I mean, particularly, I never thought that. It's difficult. You have the ideas, but it's just getting them out there or getting them because some of these things they need. Investment and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's all up in your head, isn't it? And then you got to get it out on the page or the whatever.
When it comes to when I was doing that sort of computers made of cheese, I actually did have a few made up, but it was just very difficult to get them to the sort of right people before they went off or started smelling. I mean, with a bit more sort of support behind me, I could have presented that in a much more presentable way. But
another great example. What an amazing achievement! It pretty much changed the world as we know it. I think.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's difficult. It's quite tiring, actually.
I mean, there's no more need to recycle computers. You just need it. It's genius.
I know. Some people laughed, though. I mean, can you believe it? Some people laughed. The idiots out there, they laughed. But
they're not thinkers. They're jealous. I mean, they're jealous of you. That's
trouble. Obvious. Yeah, it's the trouble. And they have the money, but they don't have the intellect. And how do you explain to a stupid rich person, come on, just give us the money. It's something that's, just try to explain. You just can't. It's like trying to explain to a garden gnome half the time.
That's right. I mean, intellect, that's the thing. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised on the intellect level, like you're a 562 up there. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know. But I mean, intellectually, you're intellectual. Of intellect, you're intellectuals. I mean, yeah. Anyways, I'm sorry, I'm just running off the mouth, but it's just so impressive what you've done.
That's okay. I think I might loop that into, when I'm feeling down, I'll just put Toppy Smelly in my ears.
Yeah.
And it's a real motivator. It's a real motivator. I need to hear these things. But.
Well, it's hard not to be excited about all of your accomplishments. It's just, it's unbelievable. I mean, I don't know why somebody hasn't written an entire book, done a reality TV series. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Maybe it'll come, but cream doesn't always float to the top. That's the trouble. Sometimes
true. Sometimes
sort of floats around in the middle somewhere. But,
clotted.
Oh well.
Well, I can only dream of that kind of success. Boy.
Andrew, Lisa, it's so nice to have you here. And I was just thinking about I've been talking to quite a lot of people and my time in shame jail, I felt a little bit underappreciated, but I'm beginning to sort of rally and realise that there's a lot of things that I've achieved over the years, and I feel like for too long I've kept them under a a stone or something. And I mean, you both know me well, so do you think I'm deluded, or do you think that maybe there's a little bit of genius in me after all?
Well, I think now is the chance for you to bounce back and to show off your genius, don't you, Lisa?
Yes, your underappreciated genius.
I mean, we were talking to Paul about the stars, and I think you are one of the shining stars in the Shy Life podcast firmament. Mm-hmm. Yes, and I've never seen a firmament than what you've got. You know, you are.
I am very firm. Yes.
You are the firmest of the firmament. So yes. You are like a glittering star shining from on high, isn't he?
Yes.
You know? We can only look up to you and be amazed at your perspicacity.
Yeah.
And any other parts that might go on show.
Yes.
Yes. I think you are the star, really. I mean,
you are the star of the Shy Life podcast.
Yeah, and I think you deserve all the praise I can heap upon you, and I have much to heap.
Yeah. I mean, you are like the sun, and we are like the little planets. You know, sort of going around you
in the shade.
In the shade.
Yeah.
Oh, so true.
Yeah.
But
dazzled by your brilliance.
I don't like to blow my own trumpet, but I'm quite happy for other people to blow it for me.
Well, it's a very good trick if you can blow it on your own. You know, I think most people that actually do achieve that have to have one of their vertebrae taken out, but just to get that last angle of the dangle, as it were.
I don't fancy having anything removed.
No, but well, you could auction it if you had a vertebra out. I'm sure somebody on eBay would bid heavily on it, but maybe that is going a bit far. I don't know.
I hope it won't come to that.
No. But yeah, blow away, and I'm happy to blow for you.
Indeed.
What about you, Lisa? Would you blow his trumpet, or would you wipe the end first?
I might wipe the end first, but yeah.
It's fine. The thing is, the thing about blowing one's trumpet is that people kind of sneer, because it needs people like yourselves to blow it for me, and so it looks so arrogant.
But it's not just a trumpet you can blow. I mean, there's all sorts of wind instruments. So it's a silly expression, blow your own trumpet. What about blowing your own tuba? You could get a louder note with a tuba, surely, or a sousaphone. I don't even know what a sousaphone is, but
I'm quite fond of the oboe, to be honest. But,
I'm sure you are.
Well, it's good to hear.
I was never in the wind band at school. They wouldn't let me.
Oh no, well, there's only so much wind that one man can produce, I suppose.
I had to go and sit in a separate room when they had the wind band out.
Oh dear!
in a soundproof room.
Oh, good grief! Well, it's definitely gives me confidence and cheers me up to hear.
You get out there and I wouldn't say prostitute yourself. But what's the word?
No, those days are long.
Those days are gone. I know you get tired easy these days. But you should get out there and expose yourself to the world.
Yes.
And you will get a following, I'm sure. Somebody will follow you out. Yeah.
So Nick, I always like to sort of spend time with you because you're always somebody who's very encouraging. I think you're a very encouraging person.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
Yeah. You're the sort of person I think who you don't if you think somebody is very clever or intelligent, or somebody you admire or find really kind of quite handsome, you will say to them, you will tell them. You won't. I don't know. Sometimes these people, they don't tell that they have these thoughts and they don't share them. But you're very open. I think that's what I like about you.
Well, the thing is, it's
it's important to tell people.
Yes.
So because they might not hear it from anybody.
Exactly. Yes.
And it might be the last thought in their head before they go to bed at night.
Exactly.
And that they could wake up the next morning in a positive frame of mind.
Yes. I think so.
That's what you've got to remember as well.
I always feel very positive when you said good things about me. I like to encourage you to do that because it's very. I think it's very good for my mental health.
I mean, it's meant to, especially with COVID and everything. Is the key issue here. Why would you not feel confident?
I know. It's just people get jealous. I think because if they meet somebody with the talent, they don't have such a good talent, they sometimes feel, well, I can't tell him he's got a talent because it makes me feel bad that I don't have a talent.
Tell me about your talent.
Well, I suppose I don't mind going over them again. Have we got time? Yes, we've got plenty of time. Photography is a current talent of mine. I'm a very talented photographer.
Do you get it out there, as it were?
I do get it out there. I've been doing quite a lot of work recently with Jay the Haunt Cub for some quite exclusive publications. Obviously, in the past, I've trained by the great Toppie Smelly to be a magician. Sometimes that didn't always work out, but I think that's because I don't think Toppie's a very good teacher. But I don't tell him I said that. I think.
Staying on magic for a moment.
Yes.
Is that still around, or has it disappeared?
I haven't done so much for it recently because I got some bad press for it, and there was that whole. We don't want to talk about the whole shame jail situation. That wasn't.
Have you thought about getting yourself up, dusting yourself off, and starting?
Oh, maybe yes, because I have heard the word genius bandied around about my potential. So I don't like to. There's an audience out there.
Yes, I know. There are hundreds of women out there just waiting to be sawn in half.
Yes, and that's what really drew me to magic in the first place. I always wanted to. I mean, I don't want you thinking that I'm sort of prejudiced. I'm quite happy to saw anyone in half, man, woman, beast. It always appealed to me the fact that it's quite magical, and so there's all that. There's inventing computers made of cheese, being a ghost tour.
Well, you see that the computers made of cheese. You see that you've got something to help the planet.
Yes.
Yes, and something affordable energy.
Yeah,
people can afford cheese, can't they?
Yeah, exactly. Never let it be said that I'm not forward thinking with my genius plans. So many things that are other things that we haven't got time to talk about them. But I just it's always good to be encouraging company and I mean. You're a very talented fellow yourself, and I'm sure you can. There are things that you can learn from me, and I'm sure I can learn things from you. But
certainly magic is.
But yes. I mean, I said that about Toppie. I don't want it to suggest that I said he was a bad teacher. I just think there was a lot of. With somebody like Toppie, who is also a talented person, sometimes being a teacher is very difficult when you're talented. I find it myself. It's nice to help other people, but really you've got an urge to get on with your own talent. And I think that's the problem with Toppie. He's got talents of his own, and he doesn't. Does he really want to try and teach poor old Uncle John to be a magician? But it's difficult.
My experiences in magic didn't extend much to my little magic set I had in the 70s, kiddies magic set. Yes. I used to do magic shows for the family. We've got this egg. Close your eyes. It's gone.
Well,
it was a shambles in my magic career.
Well, I think not everyone has they tell you can't be good at everything. You're right. You can't be good at. It's a rare person who has talent in lots of different fields, like me. You have to learn to be. You have all those skills. You have to learn to be to spread your talent out across the
You have to learn to be like modest and humble about your talents.
Well, it occurs to me you've got nothing to worry about in terms of in terms of self-belief.
No. Well, it's something you have to learn. You have to learn to be your own cheerleader.
Well, therefore, all you need to do is just ignore the critics.
I mean, there aren't that many. I just sometimes you just have to educate people that who they're addressing.
The dissenting voice.
Well, it's not everybody comes into the room knowing your potential, and sometimes it's just a matter of making sure people know that you're the centre of attention. I mean that in a very humble and modest way.
Necessarily, you really do.
Yes, I do. I think you're making this up. I mean, you're not well. It's the sun. It's the sun, Yeti Uncle John. Nonsense. Oh, Yeti Uncle John. It's your imagination. Don't you understand? People have never said these things. Cromitty, don't be mean. I can tell you the many, many times people have said exactly what I'm telling you. And that's not all. I can think of at least, a number of other occasions when people have said exactly that. I'm a genius. I'm a genius, I'll tell you. Oh, Yeti Uncle John. Please. You're embarrassing yourself now. I am not embarrassing myself. I'm not embarrassed. Oh, I've got such an headache. I'm going to have a lie down. You're just being mean. I'm a genius. And you have to learn to live with it. And I know you're jealous. You're jealous that people say this about me. Oh dear. All right, yes, we're jealous. Go and have a lie down. See how you feel in the morning. Oh, I'm a genius, I tell you. An absolute genius. And I have more genius plans to come. I'm sure you do. Go and have a lie down. Yes, I'll tuck you in if you like. No, Cromitty, don't tuck him in. Oh, okay. Listeners, we're going to have another Sutton Park clip now before we finish. I'm sorry about this. I'm sorry, Yeti Uncle John's got a bit out of hand. It's the sun. As I said before, he does have his talents. Oh, he does have his talents, but what are you saying about me? Don't you tell lies to the listeners. We're not. We're just introducing a Sutton Park clip. Oh dear. Gosh. Yes, listeners, more Sutton Park. It's coming up now. Here we go.
It's 12:54 p.m. It's 12:54 p.m.
Is it really? Oh, for goodness sake, what a stupid idiot I am. Why did I ever agree to just wander around these... I was never going to get the book. I don't even know if it's useful. Well, it's the shares more than anything. I suppose I've got to look after the shares. Oh, I don't know. It was better to be with Yorick or not. Oh, blimey.
Oh, well, I suppose the best laid plans of mice and men. Still, at least Sutton Park is once again whole. I still have a base, as it were, just not a sort of a headquarters. It's lost, but we can find it. I'll get all the others together. I'll locate the lost city of Sutton Park once again. Hello. I recognize those two. A couple of Paul's friends. I expected the Claws to dispatch them for me. Very well. I shall take care of them myself.
You can have the shares, but I can pay them.
Wait a minute.
What?
Clive the Clock.
Leave him alone.
Dr. Gustav von Hellbent's creation.
Leave him alone.
Well.
Well, then don't leave him alone.
You're a creation of my old enemy, my brother. Hello there, little clock. Have you something to say before I dismantle you?
It's 12:57 p.m.
Oh.
What did he say?
He said, he'll never, he hates you, you're awful, you smell.
Give me that.
No.
That doesn't belong to you. That's the Sutton Park book.
It does.
I could use that.
No, you couldn't.
Yes, I could.
No, you couldn't.
Yes, I could.
Oh, no, you couldn't.
Yes, I could.
Oh.
Give me that book.
No.
Ah. Brilliant. At last. Something else. If I can't have the Lost City, I have the book.
Oh, just a minute. Can I get the bookmark out of it? Because it's got lovely pictures on it.
Oh, of course you can, yes. There you go, dear boy.
Thank you.
Yes.
Got
excellent. Now, wait a minute. Now, what did he say? I smell?
Yes.
I don't like his attitude. Dr. Fellows?
He said Fellows.
Fellows? Fellows? He's dead. What are you talking about? Dr. Fellows was killed long ago.
I think I know what he means.
He's gone quiet on me.
I think I know what he means.
What?
He has some power.
Power?
This Fellows.
Fellows? I feel strange. It's not possible. He cannot be... No. Of course, I recognize the symbol on the front of his... It's the symbol of Dr. Fellows. He carries Dr. Fellows. But I thought he was dead, killed by Paul Chandler and Robin Archer.
It would seem...
No.
You were wrong.
No.
It's 12:00 p.m. It's 12:00 p.m.
The implications...
Goodness, he's got Clive. I don't know. It's Dr. Fellows' birthday, but I don't remember him. Beckoff's got the book. I've got the shares. That's the most important thing. I don't think we need the book. Oh, God. I gotta get out of here. What's this busy?
Oh. Where's the dragon? Where is he?
It's 12:04 p.m.
Shut up, you cheeky clock. It doesn't matter. No, I'm far more worried about what you have just revealed to me. Say it again.
It's 12:04 p.m.
Yes, just as the legend told it. Dr. Fellows was once Gabrielle. Gabrielle, the balance between good and evil. Every century, Aphrael and Azrael exchange places, and there has to be a host for the other, the powers. For example, as we approach the next century, there has to be a new host for Azrael's evil power, a new Gabrielle, something which I aspire to. But you have revealed to me something of the past. Dr. Fellows was once Azrael's Gabrielle, but Fellows was already corrupt and evil. When Azrael came back...
It's 12:05 p.m.
Yes, that's it. Fellows turned against him. He even built his own cult against Azrael. They became bitter enemies. Of course, now I understand why von Hellbent joined him. Oh, well, not him. He just joined the cult that followed him.
It's 12:05 p.m.
Yes. You are talking sense, young clock. Indeed. Fellows, he managed to escape. That's right. But not before Azrael managed to take back his power. Not all of it, though. Yes. Fellows was in exile in Wales, where he, what did he do there?
It's 12:06 p.m.
Yes, that's right. He sustained himself. That's right. He sustained the will of Dr. Von... No, not Von Hellbent. What? No! Where are you? I can't remember it all. Only so much.
12:06 p.m.
I feel faint. If you have Fellows' power, I need it. I need the full sum of Azrael's power to contain the park together. Without it all, I am nothing. And I shall fall.
Paul, careful with that axe head. Blimey, there's a lot of things going on, isn't there?
You say that again. I'd rather not. It's wasting time. Precious episode time. Yeah, okay. Blimey. Sir Crispin's around here somewhere. But we can't worry about him, though. We've got to look after ourselves. Yeah, fair enough. Hey, who's that down there? Strange, weak, white figure. I'm just trying to have a shave. What? Oh, there's a lot of things going on. Who is that? Oh, it's the mummy. Come on. It's the mummy. He's probably come to take us home or something. Hi, mummy. Are you all right? Looking a bit funny. Blimey. I don't know what's been going on. There's so much going on. But look, our welfare is the only thing we have to worry about at the moment. I've lost... Oh, well, you were saying that Jay and everyone's okay. That is one thing. That is good. Hiya, Mum. Hiya. As for Horner, he'll have to look after himself. And Crispin, the same. What is Crispin doing back here? Oh, blimey. No, can't think about it now. Too much to do. Hiya, Mummy.
This way. I know a quick way back. Safe way. Back to go to Parker's house. It is a quick, safe way though. So come, quick. We not got much time. Harvey, come on. This way.
Right, looking a lot better.
A lot better, thank you. Good rest. Still going to kill back off, but that'll come later.
So, the park calls to me. It wishes for me to stay. I have been so long, how strange to feel that I wish that there is I sense movement and life. Horner? Blimey. What's wrong with him? Oh. Horner's not the only one changed by the park. Bakov, too. Bakov, the hell beast, cannot save him now. He's all too late.
Without the power of Azrael, I cannot contain the mutation I sustained on the 23rd of September, 1993.
Well, listeners, that's all we've got time for. Yeti Uncle John's back to normal now. We did record a little bit more the following day, but I'll save that for after the end theme music. He's fine. He's not exactly denying that he's a genius, but he hasn't brought it up. As you'll see from the sound of it, he did feel a little bit embarrassed about what he may have said. In fact, he couldn't remember much of what he said. But anyway, how is he, Cromarty? Well, Paul, it's very sunny today, but he has gone to the Magpie Hut and is working indoors, so I think perhaps he's learned his lesson. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Gosh. Oh, that man. I know. Well, so whether he still believes he's a genius, but he's keeping quiet for the moment, I don't know. I guess time will tell. And I'm sure we'll all share in whatever his next genius plan is. I mean, even aside from sunstroke, he's never... He used the word humble. He's never been humble in his life. No, Paul, he never has been. No, so whatever his plan is, be sure that we'll hear about it and how wonderful it is, and if it goes wrong, when it goes wrong. Well, maybe it won't this time. Maybe it won't. But, all the same, whatever happens with his plan, if it doesn't work out, it'll be somebody else's fault, or somebody not understanding him, or... Oh, gosh. Well, anyway, that is all we've got time for. As I say, I hope you enjoyed the quiz with Callum and the Sutton Park clips, and we will be back for more. We've got plenty of episodes in the can. Oh, yes. Keep them in the can, away from the sun. Away from the sun, yes. Okay. Well, you take care, listeners, and as I say, after the theme music, there were a couple more scenes that we recorded the day after the garden incident, or the sunstroke incident. It's just lucky he wasn't more, ill than he was. But oh dear, you're so deluded sometimes. Yeah, well, he shouldn't have sat out in the sun like that in the first place. But anyway, right, listeners, you take care, and we'll be back in soon. Okay, bye for now. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Morning, Yeti Uncle John. I brought you some coffee. Oh, please don't shout. I'm not shouting. I'm not shouting. Sorry. You got a headache, have you? I feel dreadful. Oh dear, what happened to me? You had sunstroke or something. You're lucky you're not. Oh, as Cromitty said, you're lucky you didn't evaporate the amount of time you spent out there. Oh well, no. Oh dear. It feels like a really bad hangover, Paul. Well, you were drinking. Oh yeah, I don't think I drank that much. I think you're right. It's the sun. I'm not doing that again. Oh, I hadn't seen the sun for such a long time. It just went to my head. It did, yes. It did go to your head, and you said some ridiculous things. Oh, I did? What did I say? Look, it doesn't matter. Just have your coffee and come out and have some breakfast. I don't know if I could eat anything, Paul. You need to eat something, and you need to hydrate. Is it sunny out there again? It is quite sunny out there, but you're not going to be sunbathing, surely. No, I was just hoping it might be raining. I could hydrate by lying in the rain. That doesn't sound like a good idea. Just don't worry. Come with me. Just drink your coffee and then come out and have breakfast. I'll see how I feel. I'll do my best. Good. Well, at least I'm glad you didn't evaporate. No, I didn't evaporate. Oh, my head. I put some headache pills on the saucer of your coffee cup. Oh, thank you, Paul. You do look after me well. Well, you are our Yeti Uncle John. We have to look after you. It was Cromitty and I who came and dragged you back in yesterday afternoon. I don't remember any of that. Oh, dear. Well, anyway, it's all done now. Yes, thank you, Paul. Thank you.
Goodbye.
This show is part of the Pride 48 network. Find more shows over at pride48.com.
Oh dear, what's going on now? Oh, it's the Shy Life podcast.
Let's go.
I have a voice. I have a voice.
You have a voice.
You have a voice. We have a voice.
We have a voice.
Unique voices in podcasting.
UnivazPods.net.
Hello, lovies. This is your Auntie Vera Charles, or your Auntie Scott, or just don't call me late for dinner. Reminding you that the Pride 48 live streaming weekend is happening July 29th through the 31st, 2022. We hope to see you there in the chat room for an amazing weekend of live LGBTQ+ podcasting. For more information, head on over to pride48.com, where they've got pride just flowing right out every orifice on there. It can be unpretty at times.
So, guys, what was it I said? You see? You did want some breakfast after all. That's good. Yes, it's good. He's had 3 cups of coffee and 4 glasses of orange juice. Hopefully you will be a little bit more hydrated now. Although coffee I'm not sure counts. But yes. Oh, yes. Oh, dear. And he's polished off an all-day breakfast. Yeah, I suddenly felt really hungry. Well, I'm glad. I was worried you wouldn't want to eat anything, but so guys, what happened yesterday? Well, we woke you up and we brought you inside. You had a cold bath, and then you told us that you'd come to a realization. Yes, it was quite a revelation. Oh, what did I say? I can't remember anything. You told us you were a genius. Yeah, and you told us about all the times that various people that we all know had told you were a genius. It got a bit repetitious, but still. Oh, whoa. Yeti Uncle John, the thing is, I don't think those people ever told you were a genius. Oh, well, maybe it's memories I'd suppressed. Maybe they have. We could ask them if you like. No, I'd rather you didn't. Oh, Yeti Uncle John, you are our genius, our own little genius. But, as we said to you at the time, you definitely have talents. Yes, thank you. Yes. But, I think it's quite clear that the sun got to you. Yeah, well, I'll just apologise if I said anything that upset anyone, or if I was just noisy, or I was unreasonable, or loud, or arrogant, or anything, or I pride myself in being a humble fellow. Yeah. Oh, well, it's all over now. We're just glad that you're feeling better. Yes, I am feeling better. Yes, much better. Yes. Well, I better go and clear up. Please, Yeti Uncle John, next time you make a sandwich or you use the kitchen, do be sure to tidy up after it. You left such a mess, yesterday, before you went and had your sunbathing incident. Oh, did I? I'm so sorry. I never intended to do that. I must have forgotten. Perhaps I already had a bit of heat stroke even then. Perhaps you did. Oh dear. Well, Paul and I were going to do the washing up from breakfast, so you just sit there and relax. You probably shouldn't do too much today. Yes. I'll just sit here and relax. I'm so sorry, guys. That was embarrassing. No, you're actually quite amusing, but never mind. Oh, yes. We love you, Yeti Uncle John. Oh, thanks, guys. Thank you. Thank you, listeners. Sorry, listeners. Yes. A genius. Yeah, well, I guess I'm not entirely incorrect. I am a genius in a way. In my own little way, I'm a genius. Listeners, you've got to agree. I'm very clever, full of ideas. Yeah. How many other people do you know who've invented laptops made of cheese, or whatever else I've done? Yeah. He's a kind of genius, a form of genius. Maybe I'm a genius in waiting. I've still got a long way to go, but not a long way, but still got some way to go. And I'm a genius in a way. Soon I will be one day. Yeah. Oh dear, he's talking to himself. It's fine. It's fine. Oh dear. Our little genius, eh? Oh yes, he in his own little way. Yes, Yeti Uncle John, genius in waiting. Yeah, that sounds good. I like that. Oh yeah, I like that. It's good. Yeah.
So, Yeti Uncle John, where do I start? You've always been a major influence to me and a guiding light, and I really think that I wouldn't have made it to where I am in my career and my life if it wasn't for you. And I think it's high time that Paul steps aside and lets you take over the Shy Life podcast, basically, because we all know you're the real driving force behind these things.
This is just the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
548. 540. 540.
I can't believe him. It's like living with a teenager sometimes.
Well, good luck with it.
Yes, indeed.